So Dan, where's it we're going exactly?
Said Sandra, as she, Dan, and Bill zoomed by in Dan's old Pontiac.
Sorry, Sandra, can't tell you. But when we get there, you'll be thanking me.
So they drove on for a couple more hours. Finally, they arrived in an old abandoned warehouse.
The reason is because this place right here is haunted.
Sandra and Bill both looked at each other. Dan, sensing their disbelief, said,
No, really, there are all sorts of stories about this place. Here, I'll tell you guys one.
Oh, goody.
Okay, it all started a year or so ago. Some kids were using this place as a sort of hangout or something. So, one day, the kids heard a noise come from the back of the warehouse. Said it was a crashing sound? Yeah, like something fell over or something. So they sent one of the kids to go check it out. Well, after a couple minutes, the kid doesn't come back. Now, they're getting scared, thinking something could have happened to him. So they're getting ready to go look for him, when all of a sudden, he runs straight towards them. Now when he appears, his arms are all bloody, he has scratch marks on his shoulders, and a black eye. The kids asked him who did this, but all he said was, him. A ghost. That face. That damn face. So the kids leave and take their friend back to his house, tell his parents about it, and now they end up shipping him off to some psycho ward upstate. But the weirdest part about that is a lot of people who've passed by the warehouse say they see weird stuff through the windows. Eyes peering out at you. Smile of a maniac. But no one has actual proof of this. Except for now. Because we're going to get that proof.
Sandra and Bill looked at Dan for a sec, until they both started to bust out laughing.
Oh my god, Dan, how stupid can you be?
Said Bill. They laughed for minutes on, then finally cooled down.
Oh, you're done?
Said Dan, sarcastically of course.
Well, I guess since you guys don't believe me, I can go on in by myself. Besides, you guys are practically afraid of your own shadows. A little abandoned warehouse would scare the living shit out of you.
So Dan went in the back of the car and pulled out a camera and cell phone that he had.
Oh, and don't expect to ride back home either.
Wait, what?
Bill and Sandra now jolted into listening. Dan looked back at them, with a sly smirk on his face.
I am your only ride, and I'll be guarding the keys in my pocket at all times. So if you want me to drive you back home, you'll have to come.
You son of a...
No warehouse, no drive.
Said Dan. Bill and Sandra grunted, and slowly followed him into the warehouse. Bill turned the handle to find the door was locked.
Well, it's locked. Let's go.
Bill stopped as he saw Dan pull out a screwdriver and jab it into the lock. He twisted for a couple seconds. Then the door popped open.
You were saying, Bill?
The three slowly walked in. At first, all they could see was pure darkness, except for the light beams from the windows above. Then Dan took out his camera and turned the light on.
Well, let's start. Okay, Sandra, you go in the back with Bill. I'm going to go look and see if there's a basement in this place. Remember, the creepier, the more likely haunted it is to be.
And with that, the group parted, with Bill and Sandra rolling their eyes.
Well, might as well look around this place,
said Bill. And he and Sandra walked off into the warehouse. Meanwhile, Dan skimmed around the walls until he found two gate doors. He used his screwdriver on the lock and opened it.
Well, there you are,
he says as he flashes the light down into the darkness below. He slowly walks down the steps, but a couple of stairs down he stops. Along the walls are carvings of some kind.
Weird,
he says as he continues his journey down.
Can ghosts physically do that?
As he contemplated on that, he suddenly slips on something and falls, losing his grip on the camera in his hands and plummeting into the darkness. As he finally hits the ground, he lets out a
"Son of a bitch!"
He slowly rose up, his entire body aching and covered in something. He crouched down and dipped his fingers into the liquid substance on the floor. He held it up to his nose and sniffed it, though he couldn't tell what it was that he was covered in. He looked to see any light coming from his camera. None was visible.
Damn it. Must be broken.
He turned and walked into the corridor at the end of the stairs, when he walked straight into a door.
Oh, damn it!
He yelled as he rubbed his throbbing nose. He stood and grabbed for the handle of the door and found it easily pulled open. He walked into the basement, now skimming his feet along the floor to make sure he didn't fall. His foot hit a snag or something, and he lifted his leg over it. He skimmed some more and found another snag, then another, and then another, until his head skims along a string of some sort. He grabs the string and looks to see that it was in fact a light switch.
Oh, thank God.
His voice falters as he lowers his gaze to the room. Blood. One word, but the most descriptive one to depict what he saw. Blood. Spread across the walls, some in a splashed-against pattern, others in handprints. Pictures hung from the walls with pictures of hundreds, maybe thousands of children, some of them live riding a bike, some showing them crying, with blood covering them, and others just lifeless corpses. Dan slowly stepped back, not able to comprehend the gore that lied in front of him. As he does, his foot hits another snag. He looks back to see what it was. He vomits, while also letting out a gut-wrenching cry. He stood there, puking and crying at what he saw. Behind him lay the mutilated body of a little girl. As the tears start to unblock his vision, he can see more poor children, some missing limbs, some with eyes gouged out, some even with the face of panic that they once had left on their face. Dan slowly trembles as he remembers something. He looks down at his hands, his back, both blood-drenched. He rips off his shirt and wipes his hands on it, then wads it up and throws it in the corner. He lets out wail after wail as he sees the poor children. He slowly and carefully steps over their bodies, trying not to cause them any more distress. He stops and wipes his eyes. He's halfway to the door when he hears footsteps. He wipes off one last tear and listens as the footsteps get closer.
Bill? Sandra, is that you? Just don't come down here, okay?
No response. The footsteps continue to get closer.
Bill, Sandra, don't! Just go away!
Yet the footsteps get closer.
Get away! Just fucking go!
Yet the footsteps get closer.
I can't look. It's so horrible.
Tears streaming down his eyes. He covers them. Suddenly, the footsteps stop. Dan wipes his nose.
Guys, just go!
A knife seemingly comes out of nowhere and jabs Dan in the neck. He tries to wail out, but a hand covers his mouth. As he slowly dies, all he sees is the face of his killer in front of him. White skin, black eyes that bore into your soul, and a god-awful smile. "Shh," says the killer. "It's okay, my friend. It's nap time. Close your eyes and go to sleep." As Dan falls to the floor, his last thought is of how devilish and horrifying that thing said those final words. Go to sleep. Meanwhile, off top, Bill and Sandra spend their time lounging on the many leftover grates and merely tap on the wood.
Man, how long has Dan been gone? I just want to get the hell out of this place.
Let him play with his little camera and let him see this is all bullshit. Then later we can all talk on the subject of how much of a dumbass he is. Agreed?
Bill can't help but grin and nod. So they spend some time talking and randomly switching grates. Soon, it seems like Dan is never coming back.
Bill, how long has it been?
Bill looks at his watch.
An hour? What the hell, Dan?
He yells into the expanse of the warehouse.
That's it. I'm sick of this. I am going to go look for him. You coming, Sandra?
Sandra shakes her head and says,
Nah, I know Dan. He always plays jokes like this on people. You go, and I bet you he's ready to scare the shit out of you.
But Bill doesn't care. He just wants to get the hell out of here. So Sandra just sits there and occupies her time by humming or picking under her nails, you know, miscellaneous crap like that. So after a couple of minutes or so, she's humming to a tune she was listening to the other day when she sees a figure cross behind a crate.
Dan, over here!
The figure doesn't appear.
Hey, Dan!
She yells once again.
Dan, if this is a joke where you pop out at me, then you can kiss your ass goodbye.
Still no response. Sandra grunted and got up. She walks for a while until she arrives at what she thinks is the middle of the warehouse.
Dan? Where are you?
She asks the nothingness in front of her. She looks through the area until she sees a figure standing in the shadow of a huge grate.
Dan! There you are. Come on, let's go find Bill and get the hell out of here.
The figure stands there, motionless.
Come on, Dan. There's no such thing as ghosts. I don't even know why we came here.
The figure slowly comes forward. I believe you, he says, but not in Dan's voice. As he emerges, and she sees the killer's face, she steps back in terror.
Oh my god.
I do believe you, the figure continues. There are no ghosts. Those are fake terrors, imaginary, thought up by those who mistake them for real terrors. Now think of real terrors. Like me. You can see me, touch me, hear the words I'm speaking now. And now, I will unleash some terror on you. The figure slowly pulls out a knife. Sandra turns and runs, but is tackled by the killer. He pulls the knife and lunges it down. Bill is at the front of the warehouse, looking for the basement Dan was talking about when he hears a loud shriek coming from far behind them.
Sandra?
He yells and runs back to her. When he arrives, he sees her, sprawled on the ground. Extruding from her back is a knife, embedded in the color red, from what could only be hundreds of kills. Bill slowly walks over to her and falls to her side.
Oh, Sandra. Oh, Sandra. Oh, Sandra.
He says as tears start to stream down his face. You know, says a voice from behind him, the other one is dead, too. Bill looked back and sees well, he doesn't know what the hell it is. Some demented person is his best guess. Oh, don't worry. You'll soon be with him. Bill turns and pulls the knife from Sandra. You
did this? You bastard! I'll kill you!
He yells as he rushes the man. The man ducks as he swipes at him, grabs his hand and twists it. A sharp cracking sound emits from it. Bill lets out a wail of pain and drops the knife. The man elbows him in the stomach and throws him to the ground as he retrieves the knife. My poor, deluded-minded friend. Can't you see? You should be happy. I'm ending all the suffering that the world might bring you. Bill jolts up in an attempt to tackle him, but he just slashes his arm and knocks Bill to the ground. Away from those who deceive you, who think that just because you have a different look and a mindset than others, then you should be locked up. Bill springs at him, and he kicks him down, lying his foot on Bill's chest. All those people who who think your face is different, and you have these so-called torturous fantasies, then you should be in a psycho place. Bill kicks the man in the nuts, and in return he lands a fair kick in Bill's face. No! I'll never be locked away. Never imprisoned. I'll live my life out here, fulfilling my fantasies of sorts. He leans down and slowly slides the knife into Bill's heart. Now, says the killer, losing his angry tone and turning it into one of pure, frightening agony. Go to sleep.